I am in the middle of a session of tapping and I had to stop to share this. So I'm banged up and my eyes have been crying because I've been releasing emotions and stress. And I just, normally I would have to finish the tapping session, but I just felt like I just had to record this now. So I'm going to do it. Yesterday was Christmas Eve, and the French, we tend to celebrate it a lot more than in the UK, where I am living now. And so I went to spend the evening with four friends, and one of them, all of a sudden, well, we were talking about something, and I'm not going to bring that up, the topic, because it's really was completely irrelevant. But she was very sharp with me and telling me, well, basically, she was telling me things, and it was meant to be a purpose of helping me to stop procrastinating. She had the wrong information about me, and she was trying to guide me back into taking responsibilities in my life, which I have already been doing that, improving my circumstances, financially especially, which I have already been doing that. But the conversations we had prior to yesterday night led her to conclude that I was still stagnant as I used to be. And she gave me a speech that would have been relevant, like, I don't know, 2 years ago, but not now. And I could not understand why she was doing it. It felt so uncomfortable. I felt exposed. I even started crying. At that point, we were only three of us, so two of us were not traumatized by my tears. At least that's a good thing. Um, and it felt so sharp, so rough, so almost aggressive, so pushy. I felt exposed. But it's not just that I felt exposed; it's that I felt like my heart was aching and hurting. It's like she was taking knives and digging them into me. And another while that this was happening, I was at the same time listening to what she was saying. At the same time, because that's an ability I have now. At the same time, I was watching how I was experiencing the moment and what I was feeling, which was quite strong. At the same time, I was I was questioning, why is the universe giving me this? Why is this happening? And I suppose some people could argue that there's free will under there, and so therefore she was just playing out her thing and just decided to do it regardless of the consequences or the reasons or the guidance she may have gotten or not gotten. But it's only now I've just realized, and that's why I'm doing tapping now. Um, I've just realized that she was the purest form of mirror I have encountered. Yesterday night, at that time that she was talking to me, and basically I felt like she was calling me an abuser. She was telling me that I was not taking responsibility of myself. And then I also received some tarots that were telling me the same thing today, that I need to take that, no, that isn't something like, isn't it good to have friends um, that are not afraid of showing you when you're not, something like not to taking ownership of your life or something like that, or responsibilities. And I was down. No, that's too sharp. No, I don't deserve that. I deserve softness. I deserve kindness. And then it just hit me like 15 minutes ago. So it's like 24 hours after the event. Actually, she was being me. She was completely mirroring me, which means that she was wording out how I talk to myself. The things she was saying are the things, and I told her yesterday, I said to her, this is not you, you know, I've been thinking that about myself for quite a while. And So she was actually mirroring and ripping me apart in the same way that I rip myself apart constantly. I just got another reading that came to me telling me that basically I'm not doing enough. And no, for flip's sake, I am doing enough. I am doing more than enough. However, in my head, I always believe and keep believing that I'm not doing enough, that I should do more. I'm a constant, I need to do more than this type of person at the moment. That's my inner pattern of self talk. And which means that when I have time off, it's very hard for me to actually enjoy it because I'm always thinking of all the things that I should be doing instead. And I've come through quite the journey and I've come to really enjoy the present moment. So I've been really having a blast with my holiday. But at the back of myself, there's like that whole other layer of self-talk that I had been ignoring so far because the other layers were louder and were covering it up. But now this is coming to the surface, and she was just as if she was reading the manuscript of what the stories are that I'm telling in my head, myself in my head. So I'm making this video basically to say to you and to say to myself, watch how you think about yourself, watch how you talk to yourself. And it's funny because it completely ties in with my the tarot reading that I made for December. Watch how you are talking to yourself, and oh my gosh, it goes through thick layers, and there's another layer, and then there's another 10 on top, and then there's another 20 on top. So when you think you've reached a good level, well, think again because there's another like 100 layers underneath. And with this, what I'm saying is not push yourself. What I'm saying with this is do not understand, don't, uh, do not underestimate the power that we have to deny to ourselves how we talk to ourselves. And so for me now, so I'm doing tapping. I'm doing tapping to let go of the harshness I am experiencing towards myself, and it has a lot to do with past experiences and guilt, especially a lot of guilt. I mean, for goodness sake, I'm guilty of everything. And if you would have heard our conversation yesterday, that was it. I was guilty as charged, and oh my gosh, I belong in jail with this. And I think it's a life sentence I gave myself according to the harshness of her speech. But yeah, so just I am going to be watching, and I'm going to become more aware of how I speak to myself. And I am going to reprogram myself, that I'm going to shift the thoughts. And when I notice that I'm having harsh thoughts about myself, I'm going to switch them into positive thoughts or into silence and love. And I will do more videos, especially on love and self-love and the power of the love energy and all these things. But how you treat others can be how you treat yourself. So they can be signs there as to what to look out for and to know how you are talking to yourself. And then there's the occasional amazing friend that's gonna reveal to you a whole new layer. And those are things that are blocking me. So in a way, I am really grateful that she's done that. But it is funny because I was like, I am never talking to that woman again. Oh, she's taking my power away, and I'm gonna claim my power back, which I will make another video about this again. But unless you give your power away, nobody can take it from you. But I was really going into that, like, oh no, I'm never, and I deserve better. And I was thinking that, I was thinking I deserve better than this. I deserve kindness. I deserve softness. And then at some point, I even thought, why on earth is it that I am not able to have that in my life? Why is the universe just so harsh with me all the time? And then finally, it just went creak. And it was like, oh my gosh, that is actually how I treat myself. I treat myself without harshness. I am that strict with myself. And it's funny because I don't want to see her anymore because she's done that to me, but it's okay for me to do that to myself all the time. I thought that this was a terrific and mind-blowing lesson. Well, okay, I don't speak in lesson in terms of I hate the concept of having lessons to learn, but it is a mind-blowing dynamic I've just unearthed thanks to that friend. And I just hope that this video, if you're stuck in a rut, treating yourself like being a bully and an abuser to yourself, like I have been with myself, um, I hope that this video will be a rather more gentle way to allow you to become aware of it, basically. So I I'm tapping. I'm going to finish my tapping, by the way, because I still haven't finished it. uh, and I'm going to now watch that line of thoughts, and I am going to enjoy watching the changes that are going to happen as this shifts. And for example, so I'm going to do tapping about the guilt of the past experiences for which I am constantly judging myself. And I'm also going to switch the thinking. So if I think, oh my gosh, I'm taking some time off, but I should be doing this, I should be doing that, and sometimes I can like really drive myself crazy with this. I am actually going to shift that, and I'm going to go instead. I can take this time. Simply, I can take this time and I can rest. It is okay. I give myself permission. And oh my gosh, this is also a very important concept, giving ourselves permission. I am giving myself permission to rest. And I have the right to rest. And I have the right to be tired, and I have the right to heal. I have the right to take the time for these things. I have the right to not be perfect. I have the right to want to be a certain way and to not be even halfway there. I have the right to be me, 100%, 200%, 1,000%. And in case if you need to hear this, you have the permission to be yourself as you are. Give yourself that permission. You have permission to be happy. You have permission to be experiencing and feeling exactly what you are experiencing and feeling right now. And you have permission to not be perfect. You even have permission to fail. You have permission to be exhausted. You have permission to find life difficult. And mostly, you have permission to be happy. Have a wonderful day, filled hopefully with a lot of peaceful self-discovery. Bye.